fucking funny.
I'm just now getting on like Twitter in general.
Excuse me. And we're live.
All right.
Read it.
Oh shit. Someone said that person. I'll talk about it in a second. Oh god. I cannot wait to see all the speculations of who it was that was in the hood. Because for once, and they probably done it before, of course, but they didn't mess up. They didn't
What's up,
accidentally
chat?
have the.
Yeah, no, yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, it's great.
What's up, everyone? What's up, Angelo? What's up, Matthew? How you guys doing? All right, you ready to get into this show?
Oh yeah. Let's get into it because I got a lot to go over.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much we actually have to say. I feel like I could sum it up pretty easily with one word, but all right.
You probably could.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Turnbuckle Talk with Kraken and your boy Josh. We just got done with Survivor Series War Games, and my goodness, do we have some things to say? At least me personally. Kraken, how was your day? How was your night? How's your weekend going, man?
Oh, so weekend's been fantastic. Today was good. I had another round of kind of like Thanksgiving stuff happening. Wasn't
yeah.
as big, but you know,
More
had
good
another
food though.
huge
Heck yeah.
turkey. Yeah. So it was good. More
Heck
family
yeah.
time, but so war games, you know.
War Games. I have to start off with a positive note, and we'll start off with the men's War Games match, which did main event the show. Props to the blood. We got blood. Punk and Cody bled in a match that had weapons and two rings surrounded by fencing for a steel cage. Bravo for violence. Can we give it to the WWE? Round of applause? Anyone? No, just me? All right.
I know. Yeah,
they did the bare minimum in a hardcore match. Let's go. All right. Bare minimum met. Finally. Let's go. Woo.
And and what's crazy is it was Punk and Cody.
Yeah, Punk bled pretty good. They both dried up eventually. It wasn't like no fucking blood and guts blood, which would have been.
No.
We never expect that with WWE unless it's an accident, which at that point they usually try to clean it up. But yeah, no. So I was just happy that at least we got some form of violence out of the violence. Yeah, we'll just go and start with men's War Games. That was the last match we had, and honestly, I'm gonna say this probably a bit tonight. Could have been better. The order was fine. I thought they did a good job of the orders. They did some surprises with Punk starting out against Braun. I thought that was really cool. Drew McIntyre came out third. Yeah. Cody was fourth. Logan fifth. And then Jimmy sixth. Seventh was Bronson Reed, who when he came in, that was actually probably one of my favorite parts. He just came in and literally tsunami'd everyone immediately. Tsunami to every single person on the other team. And then Jay finally came out and evened the odds, and then of course Brock and Roman. So I loved the order. I thought they did the order very well with all the star power names in this match. Not many super crazy spots in this match. Like there was weapons, you know, we had the chairs, the table, and whatnot. But yeah, this was, I would say so far for the main roster, one of the more forgettable War Games for the men. Probably the most forgettable for the one so far.
Yeah, I mean, it just Bronson Reed, he came in tsunami to everybody, which was great, like you said, fantastic. I feel as if he didn't take as risky spots as he did last year.
Well, yeah, I didn't want him to go up on top, and they talked about it when he was coming out, how he broke his legs or his ankles or whatever. But yeah, definitely, I'm glad he didn't go up there again. But we did get concerned, at least I did, with Braun Breaker. He got Doomsday Device by Cody and Punk, and he literally landed on his neck and head, and it was nasty. They actually had him by the door getting checked on for at least 4 minutes, I'd say, at minimum. Like, it was quite a while, and he was out of action there until they cleared him to continue. So I'm glad he was able to go and good, but it was a nasty fucking fall on his neck.
Yeah, and of course, it's no fault of nobody. Of course, it could happen in any of the
Yeah,
matches, but yeah, it
100%.
was an absolutely scary spot because that could have been a stoppage completely in the show. You
100%.
know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he was able to finish it because obviously, because of how it ended, he's setting up something. They're setting up something big for Baker
100%.
somewhere.
Yeah, so the ending of this match saw a all black wearing, couldn't see their face, hood up, face completely covered person came in, they scaled the cage, got in the ring, and they super kicked. It was CM Punk, I believe. Super kicked CM Punk and then stomped CM Punk, and which
Yes.
led to the Vision getting the win. This person was never revealed. They ended up climbing out of the cage and leaving. Never saw who they were. Just by the body type, I'm guessing Austin Theory. He was in a great shape. Didn't seem to be. I don't know. He wasn't overly tall, but if that's my guess, that wasn't Seth. He obviously portrayed himself as Seth. That definitely wasn't Seth.
No, it probably was not Seth. Seth just had shoulder surgery. I do believe that was 100% legit.
Yeah, Wade was bringing
Um,
that up for sure. Yeah.
yeah. So there's a couple people that came to mind, but Austin Theory, he was part of Seth Rollins's group
Initial
during the
Vision, if
pandemic.
you will,
Yeah, him and Buddy Matthews at the time.
and AOP.
Buddy, yeah. So I mean, he learned a lot from Seth, and give props to whoever it truly was. They done the whole like the body gestures, the head turn, everything
Hmm.
look identical to Seth
I really
Rollins.
thought it was Seth at first. I told my community, I was like, "Oh, that's Seth." And then
Yeah,
then like people were like, "No, he really did just have surgery. Wade's just not saying it." And I was like, "You know what? That's Theory then."
yeah. There was someone in my chat that was like, "Well, that super kick was too clean. It wasn't Jericho." Like, it's
No,
like I
okay,
don't
yeah,
think
let's
they
actually talk
did
about
Jericho
that. So
that
there
way.
was I was telling you right before we went live, like I did very well on YouTube tonight. Like a lot of the content creators who do live reactions were also at the show tonight. And this is my
Mhm.
biggest YouTube live viewership wise I've ever had, I feel like, or one of them. And so there was a lot more people than usual. So I was getting a lot of Jericho comments tonight.
Yeah,
Even before that, but like specifically when that happened, there was at least I'd say I saw at least 15 within 30 seconds that said Jericho.
yeah.
So obviously Jericho's in his like early 50s, I think, 51, 52 or something like that. Maybe even like late 40s. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. He's older. He's not that tall. I'll just say
No,
that. He's not that tall. He's not short either, but he's not as tall as Theory. So that definitely was not Jericho based on height and just body type. Jericho's not in a bad shape, but he's not in that type of shape.
yeah.
That was not
I
a
mean,
Jericho type of shape. Jericho
it
never even looked
wasn't.
like that. Well, maybe in his early WWE run, he kind of had like the upper body kind of like that. But
Mhm.
no, Theory is definitely like a very obvious body choice for that one.
I mean, theory. Technically, you probably could have had. I mean, it probably not, but like Ethan Page could have done something, but I don't think he would have right
I
now.
mean, maybe that's not a
Uh,
bad choice either. I wouldn't deny that.
I mean, but it's somebody of at least broad stature, in my
Definitely.
opinion.
Yeah.
So
TKG
just one,
TKG in the chat says, could it be AJ Styles? I mean, he has the body type, but I don't think it's the height.
I don't think the height. The only other one that I would like to possibly see it be, if they're going to add more people to the vision, that's younger talent. Could it be Tony D'Angelo? We ain't seen him, and he can move.
So, okay. So, ironically, that we're literally talking about just got posted by Sean Ross Sapp on Select.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
The masked man literally just got,
Uh-huh.
he just said who it was on Fightful Select. I just got the alert on it. The title said
I feel
possible spoiler on the return at Survivor Series. Should I say it? Should we go ahead and I mean, first and foremost, go subscribe to patreon.com/Fightful. Sean Ross Sapp, the best in the game, breaking all these news, and this is from his Patreon.
I was.
I we
I
were
kind of want
we
to
were right.
know.
We were right.
I mean, we said a couple names, so at least we was right somewhere.
It should I say it?
I mean, that's completely up to you. I mean, we'll probably figure out Monday.
Theory.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Who says he's under the mask. He says we'll have more details soon.
I mean, it would make sense. I feel like he should have been in this anyway, though. Theory should have been this spot the whole time. We
LA
should
Knight,
not have had
yeah.
Brock.
LA Knight should have been in Jimmy's spot, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about like on the heel side, we shouldn't have had Brock. You did not need Brock on this team. Nothing,
LA
you
Knight.
know. But that's what should have happened.
So I also have one more question for you about this main event, just in general about someone in the main event. So Brock Lesnar is been back since 2012. I mean, he was gone a few years, obviously, for all the stuff that happened recently that he was accused of and whatnot. Okay, so he does the whole was ever since WrestleMania 31, Suplex City took over his moveset, right? And it's literally it's been this way for a long time now. It's suplex, punches, F5. Variations of super, you know what I mean? If anyone's 5 moves, the Doom is Brock.
Yes.
I am so tired of this man's moveset.
I agree.
Am I like I can't get up the only thing that made me pop tonight that he did really was when he fucking put Roman through the table.
Yeah. I mean,
other than that, I was doing the whole fucking meme from Botchamania, back and to the left, because it's just a repeat of what fucking we've seen over and over between Brock and Roman.
Yeah, it is. I got excited, of course. You know, he took off the gloves. So what got me, I guess, you know, I knew he was doing suplex, and even when I was calling it, like for my chat, belly to belly, German suplex. Here we go, just typical stuff. And then Roman comes out and he walks out the cage. Oh shit! Like they're gonna continue the feud we've seen, and they're actually gonna fight outside of this cage because that's legal. Roman hasn't stepped in there. Cool.
Well, yeah. So that was funny to me because obviously they found a loophole and that made sense. But my thing was, they need to change that. They need to change that to once you're in the cage, regardless of the match status, you cannot leave it. Because obviously that's a cool loophole, but now I feel like they're going to fucking abuse that every fucking year now. And I hope I'm wrong. Please don't. Because that's what I want, is them to not do it every year. But I guarantee now, every fucking year, we're going to get a fucking person, somehow loophole. They climbed on top and climbed out. Oh, guys, but the match isn't started. And then we're going to get it in fucking both men's and women's. And it's just going to happen all the fucking time. And then people are going to expect it. And it's just going to be one of those troops that happens all the fucking time. And I know I'm getting fucking hot for something that hasn't happened yet, but I know it's going to fucking happen. And I hate it.
We just know how predictable.
Because I didn't even like that Brock did it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but
if you're gonna change the rules from the normal rules where you can leave the cage, which was the normal NWA Dusty version that was initially created, if you're gonna just make your own, why do you fucking break your own rule? Oh my god! And I get it, the loophole, but that so annoyed me.
So on the other side of that, talking about like original stuff and stuff they've added. Why the hell did they take away the aspect of the shark tanks?
So that I wasn't too hot about, but I understand why people don't like that was gone. I get it too, because the reason why it was cool is what we saw last year with Punk and Roman. The whole can they coax it? And they had the whole dynamic the whole time until they both entered fighting to come out. Roman shoved him aside. That was cool. That added dynamic to the match. Yeah. So I totally get why people are like, damn, that sucks that that's not there. Especially after last year's. That was one of the coolest ones we had with it. And you know, we had stuff like Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai back in NXT with it. Like, so it is a bummer because you can tell more stories with people in the cages like that. You know what I mean? It adds a little bit of flair to the match, and I get why they did it, but I wasn't too upset that it was gone.
I mean, for me, I was like, I didn't like it because like you said, it gave a little bit more of the story inside of what was going on. Because even with the first time we seen the bloodline in it. You know,
with Sammy and Roman directing them and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And Roman put his arm out in front of Jimmy and made Sammy go. Yeah. So, I mean, it gives more to it. But I guess to get more people in there, they made everything smaller. But it also gave us some pretty dope ass entrances, especially with Breaker, with the smoke and light, so
Well,
long
he started
hallway
it, but
effect.
yeah, I mean, it's funny too because I was even telling people like, oh yeah, like the match will be like 30-ish minutes and then 40 with the entrance because we technically get double entrances, but we didn't. This year we got the one entrance because we didn't do the cages. So
Yeah, that was nice, and I felt like they shortened the time, but it might have
yeah,
been
that's what I was
still
about to say.
5
I'm
minutes.
curious what they ended up being. So I'm gonna pull up the wiki here. They usually have them up by now. So women's war games match went 30. I'm sorry, 41-10. That was
41-10,
didn't
okay.
feel that long. That's a good thing though. Even though we'll
It
get into that
did
more.
not.
Even though and same with the men, 40-30. I'm assuming that does not include entrances. Well, the initial entrances from Braun and Punk. I'm assuming
Yeah.
it starts right as that bell rings for the start of the initial part of the war games. So that's a lot longer than I expected. I thought they'd be 32, 34 at tops for the match. So maybe they were able to make it longer since they weren't doing the shark cage bits and the entrances into the cage, the shark cages, because they did that previously. Like
Yeah.
especially for like when Punk returned and all that, and Randy and all that, they had like everyone come out and do all their thing before that. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe that's why the matches felt, I guess, were longer in the end. But I do wish the men's war games was more memorable. Like it had good moments, it had good spots in it. That we've already kind of went over a lot of it, but yeah, this wasn't it for me this year.
I just I don't know. I feel like after Roman and Brock got into the match and Roman hit his spear spots and then kinda Jay kinda sacrificed himself by trying to hold Brock and then taking the spear into the table, it just eliminated everything else. And it just felt like it speed ran at that point.
I guess I don't know. But same with the women's war games, unfortunately for me. And I hate to say this, but I thought it was less interesting than the men's war games. It just was even more forgettable. Like it had its moments as well. I'm not saying it was like shit. Like it had like it was cool to see like AJ face people and interact with people we've never seen her. Like that's cool and stuff like we got to see. And I personally wanted more from Lash. Like they gave her the spots, like when she first came in, she was clotheslining everyone. But it was like with Nia, like her like double teaming. It wasn't just Lash going in for a lot of that. And
Mhm.
she did though a bit, but like I really wanted like Lash to be like first and just decimate bitches the whole time by herself. Like if
Yeah.
I know the advantage was to the faces, so I thought that would have been perfect here to have Lash start because then you could have like I said last night, Charlotte and then Alexa come in with the advantage, but she's still beating both there. That would have been fucking impressive as shit, and it would have established her and Nia as even more of a threat for the tag titles.
Yes. That would have made more sense.
So
But they had to be last. Yeah.
and obviously that's just my fantasy booking. So but I really thought they could have did a lot more for last year.
Yeah. I mean, she comes in, she I mean, tossed everybody around. And even at one point
Yeah,
she
she had
threw
like
Liv.
Alexa, and she did like the fucking
Yeah,
China
yeah. Yeah,
Marlena
like
thing
so
for a
yeah.
second
Yeah.
again, but
She delivered a huge choke slam to Charlotte. I mean, looked impressive. She delivered a nasty fucking right hand to AJ. Um, the maybe I was impressed that they were making her seem like the big
yeah, no,
bully,
like
and
they did, but I just really was expecting them to do more for her in that match than they did. And they took her out with the miss by having uh Rhea save Charlotte, and then she,
yeah,
Asuka missed at her instead because she was behind her. So that's how they essentially took Lash out of the match. So I don't know.
yeah, they took her out with the mist, which then
I
even
didn't
though she
hate
was
that, but I would really wish it would have been like an all fucking five women had to beat her down or some type of shit more than like the I saved you and she accidentally got misted. I mean, I get it, but I didn't like. I would have liked the other option
yeah,
more.
which then of course we've seen the assist by Rhea picking up AJ, giving the trash can, which that's
Yeah,
Io's spot
that's
now.
always fun. And then she did a fucking insane swanton. She didn't just fucking dive crossbody. She fucking did it, and she can't see obviously. So that's what makes it more
Mhm.
impressive. Like I'm assuming I would assume I'm not a wrestler, but I would feel like when she just does a normal dive, she kind of like look down and like maybe try to angle the can so she can see them better as good as she can, and then like just crossbody because you kind of get a better look. But this bitch fucking just was like, she almost overflips it. Like she fucking starts overturning it. But luckily, like, I don't know, it worked out in the end. But I was like, oh my God. Because like that looks so terrifying.
Yeah, because like I think what she did was when she got it, she like you could see her hand like look up, and then like she like just I guess was like, okay, we're gonna
I like
have
the
to
way
be
they
good.
gave it to her too, where AJ, instead of like AJ thinking like, oh, I'll climb the ropes and hand it to you, AJ was just like,
Yeah.
uppies. And then Rhea's like, here, on my shoulders. Oh yeah, okay. And then they give it to her, which was funny. But I also, and this is not even just this one match. This happens in AEW, Impact, all over the fucking wrestling world. I'm so annoyed at how a lot of wrestlers treat the whole let's group together and get Dove on spot. So when they were setting that up after they gave her the trash can, it was just the typical, like, because they were all down. Like, it was like all the fucking, that team was down. And that's why they did that little funny spot handing the trash can. And then as soon as they handed it to her, they literally just all get up and just group together and just keep looking at her. I'm like, couldn't the other women at least throw a few punches to put them in place? Like, why was it just them getting up and looking at her and getting in spot? And it's not, again, not just this match. It happens in almost every fucking company. But that was one of the most noticeable ones. And I hated it.
Yeah, and Lash and Naya were dead center of it.
Yeah, all of them. It was like three of them or whatever that got up and took it or whatever it was. And they were just like, I was like, can't fucking AJ and Rhea just really punch a few of them to like make them wobble into spot and then they could look up? Fuck me.
Yeah.
I'm not a wrestler, so I guess I shouldn't really be going that hard on it. But fuck, dude, when it's that noticeable, it annoys me. But
he says, make it look believable.
Yeah.
You would put that for a reason.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm gonna trust them to just wobble up into the spot. Like, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's not just a WWE. It's not just this match thing. Again, it's every company does it. It's so annoying.
Also with this match, Rhea had a fantastic Terrifier cosplay.
She was Art the Clown. Yeah, she her little face mask. So that's 2 years in a row that she's had the little mask for her nose. That's kind of ironic that it's happened at the same time this year.
I don't think it's planned.
Definitely not. Ironic, yeah, no. So it was really cool. And then she came out with the trash bag with all the weapons. So she was definitely doing Art the Clown, like more than just the mask, which was cool. But yeah, man, this like the order in this one was pretty cool. Like, they kind of surprised us starting it with Charlotte and Asuka. I mean, they had that advantage match last night. Io came out immediately, which was surprising. I didn't think she could. And then Becky was fourth too. And then AJ didn't come out until second to last. I'm sorry, third to last, because then Rhea was last, or no, Lash was last. So a lot of this was surprising to me, the order. I really didn't expect the order we got.
No, I didn't either. I was really thinking that we'd get Alexa after Charlotte, but the order still worked out though.
100%. I mean, I thought this was the least memorable women's board games they've had on the main roster, but
I think a lot of people were expecting a lot more to happen, and I think
I just didn't like the layout. Like, just I really feel like they did themselves a disservice with that fucking layout of who came out when.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The AJ and
you
Becky,
know what? I could also blame it on. Remember how I said last night that they, like, the last few years, they've finally been doing more baby faces getting the advantage? And they usually didn't do that because a lot of people used to complain that those war games weren't good. Maybe that's just a me thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't really care for the men's. I didn't really care for the men's either. So there was moments, but I didn't really think it was that good either.
I don't know. For me, I think I guess the only part about it was, for me, I like how they, like I said, they build up Lash in a good way. The stuff with her and Nia you didn't like, but I felt like that showed why they can be a dominant tag team. Even though they were with the Kabuki Warriors, their teamwork together, I feel as if it's going to put them in a title picture, and they will take the titles off them.
Me, I don't know. They didn't do a good job of making me hype for it then. That's just me though. Just these matches were, and I don't want to be the one like, oh, but Blood and Guts did this, and I could, but like at the end of the day, I just feel like a match that's supposed to be like a war games, like war games. You're in war, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And yeah, they're using tables and chairs and fucking kendos and whatever, fucking brass knuckles and all kinds of other weapons. But I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel on the level that it needs to be, and especially this year's didn't for me. Like it just didn't feel like it was a brutal match.
The women's had more match than the men, more weapons than the men's did.
It's not even about the weapons. It just doesn't. It didn't feel like a violent, like a match where they were all trying to like beat the shit out of each other. I'm not saying every match needs to be like that, but I don't know, when it's this type of stipulation where you need 2 rings to contain them with 1 fucking cage, and it's a glorified hardcore match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That didn't feel like a war games. It felt like a glorified hardcore match with 2 rings and a cage.
Yeah.
Didn't do it for me. Didn't hit my buttons.
Well, the next match probably did. The Dom
Stephanie and Nikki sucked. That shit. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, sorry. No, yeah, worst match of the night, though. I'm just going to say it was Stephanie and Nikki. Nothing memorable about that match besides the double fucking devil's kiss. Other than that, nothing memorable about that fucking match whatsoever.
You took 2 devil's kisses.
That was the match for you. My least favorite Stephanie Vaquero match in WWE.
Okay. I mean, I figured Nikki's not had any ring rust at all. I haven't thought. Except for the 1 drop kick. Except for the
I was like, are you kidding me? The Becky match?
The drop kick and the Becky match. But like after that, things have been good, in my opinion. But this match, I don't know. I don't know why it didn't hit.
Because it was short and forgettable. Guess how long that match was? Take a guess right now.
7 minutes.
Actually went longer than I thought. 12 minutes. I was way wrong. I thought it only went like 6. 12 minutes. Dude, that's how fucking forgettable that match was. It felt short, but it went 12 minutes.
12 minutes?
But it also followed the match of the night.
Yeah.
Dom and John was, in my opinion, by far the most entertaining thing on this show.
It was, and in that match, I really thought Dom had really injured himself. I fell for it.
Yeah, and what made me realize is they weren't cutting away like they did Penta. Penta, when his happened, and same with Braun, they were not focusing on Braun. Dom, they were following him, showing the doctors talking to him. They didn't do that to Penta. They didn't do that to Braun tonight.
That's true. Yeah,
so it's really obvious to spot when something may be real and something is part of the story for them.
Yeah, and then the Tejada bomb.
Yeah, so this match in general was good. Just like not even just like, I know and people are tired of Dom winning the way he does. I get it. I hate it when there's other people who do the same thing. Same with like Division. We've been complaining about how Raw was ending for a while there. I get it, but with Dom, it's just something different about him. It's for me. He has is what everyone says now, aura. He has that aura. He has it. He has that. It doesn't matter for me if he wins the same way with the same people helping him. Grande, JD, Finn, Roxanne, whatever it is. And obviously they had the whole Liv return tonight, which added that element because they played me as a fiddle tonight for sure in that, because I really didn't think we'd see Liv until the beginning of the year, because it just made sense to me. I'm not even a doctor. That's just the way I thought it made sense. B, they actually made me believe that she turned on Dom. Obviously, the slap didn't connect. I knew that. Like, it was very obvious she didn't hit him. So in my head, I was like, okay, she just botched, whatever. But then as it continued, I was like, no, they did that on purpose. She's not turning. She's actually going to fucking trick. And sure enough, she tricks Cena. And obviously, if you go and watch my reaction, I will say I probably overreacted. I don't say that often. But when Liv came out, I literally like popped up and like ran away from my computer, came back, overreacted at her slapping Dom, started freaking out. And then when she like I started to realize what's happening, overreacted again to her helping Dom by going crazy. And then just running away once he won. So I definitely feel like I might have went a little bit overboard on that one, but I was that happy. So I want to say I didn't go overboard. Final answer, Rob.
So, so for me, unfortunately, I spoiled it for my own damn self. I haven't watched it back completely. My facial reaction to it, but like Dom's getting ready. I can't even remember what he's setting up to do right before she came out. Yeah. So I'm looking at the actual thing when he's waving the ref down and Liv's music hits, right? Before that, Dom has the title, getting hit Cena with it. He reverses it. I'm like, okay, here Liv Morgan's music's gonna hit right here as he goes to hit him with the belt, and she's gonna stop it. And it didn't happen. I was like, oh well, shit. So she's not coming back. Cool. And then he waves it down. I was like, here comes Charles. I was expecting him to come running down, and her music hit, and I was like, oh shit, she is back.
So I guess Wrestle or PW Insider had said something today in their thing about like that kind of like made people. That's why people started saying that they think they see her tonight. And I don't know what that was because I had no idea. Like I legit was busy as fuck today. Like my mom finally got out of the hospital, so was with her most of the day, and then I got home probably a few hours before the pay-per-view, and all I did then was just like get ready, like just get shit together and get myself together. And then boom, I was live. So I didn't see shit. Like I wasn't online at all today. And
Yeah, I mean,
so I totally missed anything about anything for today's show before it happened.
yeah, I didn't watch any of the pre-show. I didn't know what match started, but like I felt like this would be her time to come back. And like we talked about last night, I thought she was going to turn on Dom 100%. And they
I
even
just
brought out
don't
Roxanne on the
understand
camera.
why. Like even when it happened and they were faked it out tonight, I was like, why does this even make sense? I was like, she literally has been supporting him nonstop online since she's been gone. And then that's when I started clicking that this was a ruse. But I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So I'm glad they didn't follow through with it.
Yeah, I am too, because it does set up the power couple again. And obviously, I don't know what's going to happen with Roxanne now inside the Judgment Day, because her and Raquel are still
Well,
doing
she
whatever
was
they're going
there
to
even
do.
before Liv got hurt. It just we never got to see how it fully played out because Liv got hurt pretty much right as she joined,
Yeah.
like a month or two after.
So are we possibly gonna see Roxanne go after the Intercontinental and then Liv go back after the world title?
I think they are gonna coexist because Roxanne didn't even try to like do anything with Dom. She just would give him advice here and there.
Yeah.
She never tried to like do what Liv did when she was taking him over, and all that stuff. So that's why I was like in my head, like she's not gonna have issues with Roxanne because Roxanne didn't try to do anything, and neither did Dom.
Yeah.
So
Dom stayed away from it. Like you said before, it's like he just didn't want to do that storyline again.
yeah, definitely. So I mean, it just happened like a year and a half ago, not even. So
Yeah.
but yeah, overall, man, I will say I want to give it a 3 out of 5, and I was being generous tonight on stream, so I'll say 3 out of 5 on this whole PLE. I even think that might be generous.
Overall,
Yeah.
I said 3.
Did
It's
you
just
watch? Did you watch on Netflix?
what? Yes,
PLE.
yes, I did. I watched it. Yeah.
So it's fun getting commercial breaks now in PLEs, huh? Like full on, like just we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yeah. I even got a Stranger Things commercial break back out.
Well, like I mean, I know we've always even on the Peacock we've gotten the commercials. It's just funny now that like on Netflix it's like does the whole like doom doom doom
Kind of
doom
like it does
doom
for
doom.
NXT.
Yeah, I'm like oh fun, this is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't get to see the commercials, which doesn't matter at the end of the day. But like that's just so fucking silly in my head that like obviously we grew up with the whole pay-per-view model forever, and then they went to streaming like a decade ago, and or over a decade ago now, and it's just so weird now that we're at a spot where like it's legit more so many ads. I don't want to say more ads than the action, but it basically is like obviously like we get the whole, and we've talked about this with Raw, we get the whole them arriving to the arena. Oh, fucking recap. Oh, here's the fucking video package for this match. Oh, this is
Here's
sponsored
this.
by this. So here's a sponsor commercial for this. Oh, finally we get the match. Okay, that's over. Here's the sponsor for this. Oh, okay, welcome back. Here's a video package for this. Oh, but wait, now that you got the video package, ads. Dude, it's so
Yeah,
frustrating. Oh, backstage segment. Oh, nope, it's an ad with the wrestlers backstage. Never mind. Like,
yeah. I don't know. Like even with Peacock, when the pay per views or premium live events, whatever you want to call them, when they were there, they would say for Peacock Premium subscribers, you'll see the build up for this match. Well, I don't know what would happen for
yeah.
anyone else that had it
Yeah, I would just,
regular.
well, like, so what it would do, even when it wasn't like a build-up, it would just be like a random fucking, like, the 2-minute video package on a wrestler, just showing highlights and then like a voiceover with it.
Okay, yeah, because I've always seen like I always had the premium version of
And you
Peacock, and
just
I
get the
would see the
Peacock ads,
match build
yeah.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, so like if there wasn't no
and
match build-up and it was like straight up ads, it was just literally be like some random video package of like a superstar. It'd be always something different.
yeah, but now it's I I don't know. Like they doubled down on advertised money back in pocket and not doubled
I felt
down
like we
on.
had a lot of ads tonight too on the ring and on the commentary desks and like everywhere.
I mean, I'm looking at it now. There's so just from this one spot that I have pulled up, Finn and JD beating the hell out of John Cena real quick. We got Riyadh season,
Mm-hmm.
Xfinity. I don't know what the other ones are because it's kind of blurry. The General, Mad Dog, and so there's at least 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and one big one in the middle. And then that's not counting I think the Mike's Hard that were lemonade that they were promoting at the side as the entrance ramp stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Or the LED stopped, they were just, hey, we can put an ad right there, by God. Yeah, let's do it right there. And there it
I'm
was.
surprised
And the
that
rest was
like,
just WWE.
oh, in ring 2, the cage is sponsored by Slim Jim. I was waiting for like the half part of the cage to be like yellow and red or some bullshit, like with Slim Jim logos here and there or some bullshit like painted in the chain link. I don't know.
Like,
It'll get there.
yeah, it will. I mean, the table was already Slim Jim.
And then in last year's money or this past year's Money in the Bank, they had the Fireball ladder. The extra big ladder was sponsored by Fireball,
Yeah, that is
and it
right.
was painted fucking red or orange or whatever color it was.
Don't worry. We had PlayStation turnbuckles.
Oh, did we? I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
they showed outside and it was like a PlayStation ice cream, and I was like, I don't want Sony ice cream. I'm good.
Yeah. And then they done the whole PlayStation like Black Friday sale, PS5, $3.99.
And
Like,
then
nice.
when they went through the fucking Survivor Series record 46,000, you know what I did? I go, woo, capitalism, woo, breaking records, money, woo, pricing people out. And I started fucking cheering against some greedy assholes. This is what sucks is people are still paying the prices, but it's pricing out as we've discussed families. Like it's just ridiculous how expensive these shows are.
And like there are people front row that have kids and stuff. I've seen that. That's great to see, you know. But they, majority of the people that sit in right here, Last Legends throwing Bliss around. Green shirt guy, of course, we don't know what he does, but he's always dead center of that damn camera. Like I don't know how much that seat costs, but he had to have bought it in 6 years advance, like because he's there all the time.
He just knows someone or something. I'm Ticketmaster's my guess for that.
But like majority of the people around the ring now, Little Yachty, um, Post Malone, people like that, that's who they focus
And like
on.
I like
Making
some of those
sure.
musicians and actors and whatnot, but
Yeah,
at
I
the
do
same time,
too.
it's like, hey,
Like, show me the family of 5 that's sitting there having a
well,
hell
they
of a
showed them
time.
upgrading those people and whatnot. You know, like oh,
Oh
here
yeah,
you got
they
Xfinity
didn't know it was
upgrade.
happening at all.
They were like, and I'm not trying to be mean to them, but they were just like, and people are just so like sometimes aren't just like super
Yeah,
socially
yeah.
aware, but
That's
like,
true.
oof.
I don't know, maybe.
Oof. That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah.
I mean, congrats to them. I wish I got seat upgrades like that. I mean, I got seat upgrades at WrestleMania for free, luckily. But like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That was just an awkward segment.
I don't. I mean, they do upgrade like that a
Yeah,
lot here
they've done it
recently.
before. They did it for Mania too and whatnot. But I don't know, man. This show just null and void of anything besides Dom and Cena was lit. Besides that, dude, this whole show I could fucking just give me my 2 hours back.
Yeah, I can't wait to see other people's thoughts about it.
Because I did not care for this
Cause
show besides Dom Cena.
yeah, those the
It could have
other
been an email,
reactions
Hunter. It could have been
of
an email.
people. God, send us the winners. We'll do something else.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm honestly more hyped for my Bronco game tomorrow.
And your Broncos play at what? 8 o'clock?
Yeah, or the Sunday night game. That's like 8:20 or something, 8:15, whatever it is.
That's nice. I'm going back to WrestleCade tomorrow. The final day there. So
Did you who did you meet on Friday?
um Bill Alfonso actually was there with
Did he have his
Sandman.
whistle? Sarah
He,
hates his whistle.
so yeah, he did have his whistle. So we walk in the room. I have my oldest son with me. We're just standing there looking around and everything. And he walks over there to my son and starts talking to him. And he's like, "You want to take a picture?" And so he just grabs him, gives him the ECW title, puts it around his shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, I want to do one more with you." And he pulls out the whistle, and he doesn't blow it, but he acts like he's gonna blow it. And my son puts his fingers in his ear. But yeah, he had
That's
all that with
sick.
him.
That's actually cool as fuck. What a guy, Bill Alfonso. Good guy, Bill Alfonso. You love to hear it. Good stories at conventions.
Yeah, he
Well,
had fun.
so you met Speedball and who else?
So yeah, Speedball was there. I met Jackson Drake. He was there walking around. And Sean Legacy. That was a
That's
few of the
cool
other
because
ones.
I know they're only ID and whatnot. And I mean, Drake's the Evolve champion, but that's cool that like he could still show up to that type of convention and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, he didn't really have he probably did. He had one guy walking around with him, probably was like his either manager or maybe his like little security that he had. But like
Mm-hmm.
people could just walk up to him, talk to him, um, shake his hand. I got a picture with him. And then Sean Legacy was actually walking around in his WWE ID like sweat jacket
That's cool.
and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty nice. I didn't actually talk to him because he was doing like an interview with some like a wrestler that there. But Sean Rossap was there. Did not know he was going to be there.
Yeah, I saw he posted earlier today on his scoop thread that he like they did interviews with like 6 or 7 different wrestlers there.
Yeah, he was sitting there doing an interview, and I was like, "Oh, that's Sean." And he was busy. I just kept walking. Like I
Yeah.
did not know he
Me
was
and
going to be
Sarah
out.
took a photo with Sean in Dallas at whatever Starcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I seen you posted that.
We saw Denise too, but we were in line for that little restaurant that remember I told you about where you went and got the Gatorade or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in line when we saw Denise. But I was just fucking exhausted. I was like, I just need this Gatorade. Let's get this line moving. Come
on. We got to meet Teddy Long. He asked my son, he says, "Yeah, are you doing good in school?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Good. I don't have to set you up with the Undertaker then." And I
That's
laughed at
fucking
that
awesome.
because I laughed, and my son looks at me like a little confused, and I was like, "That was Teddy's thing, If
Holla
anyone was
holla.
giving him a hard time, he would set you up in a match against the Undertaker." So that was good. And then
Buckle up,
APA was there,
Teddy.
and my son actually got an autograph with APA, JBL, and Ron Simmons.
That's sick. Hell yeah, bro. Dude, we need to go to a convention together this time. Like, not, I mean, obviously you might have your family or whatever, but like, we need to go like where we're like planning to like be together, like try to make content with like do things. That'd be fucking badass.
Yeah, because that was originally how this got started. I
Yeah,
reached out and was
we
like,
were gonna try to do stuff at Starcast, but it just ended up being so chaotic and a little bit unorganized and
it was.
confusing and dude, did I ever tell you? So when we got there for Friday, we go in and we got there, I don't know, I forgot what time we got there, maybe like 10 or something, a few hours after it started, and we get there and we're trying to figure out where to go for the free meet and greets, and we finally figured out you have to go out back and go up to the thing or whatever. And we start to go that way and we run into these guys. Oh no, we were in line to get our badges is what it was, or whatever the fuck you get. And
Yeah.
the guy in front of us was back in line. He was already there because his Sting photo got blown into the fucking water there.
Oh my god.
And I was like, how the fuck does that even happen? Like, how does that even blow? Like, and because it wasn't like overly windy, but it was like understandable if you weren't like watching it.
Yeah, so I actually remember seeing that because I get mine and I'm talking to this other content creator who was there from Austin. And he was talking about how this was his first one he had been to. And next thing you know, you hear this dude like, "Oh shit!" And we turn around and he's trying to catch it, and damn near falls in the water trying to catch it. And they're like, "Oh no, they can print you another one off." And I was like, "I
Yeah, they did. He
bet."
got another one. I bumped into him later, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Did you get your sting photo?" And he was like, "I was like, yeah." But I like
but
it was
yeah,
funny because then we went to go to that like area where the free ones were. I looked over and you could just see it floating. But that's
I would have been
crazy.
mad.
Like I know accidents happen, but I was like, damn, how does that like it wasn't overly windy. Like how
No,
the
it wasn't.
fuck did that fucking happen?
It does not make
Crazy.
sense. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but we'll have to hopefully I go to another one of those soon. I mean, I feel like I don't go to them as often as you do, but because they're not in my area. So I have to go out
Yeah,
there to go to those.
I have realized, like, even winter is coming.
Well,
Let's see,
that's in
we
fucking
can't.
UK, isn't it?
Well, part one's in Atlanta, and that's only like 3.5 hours. So I'm like, oh, I might go to that one. And it's like,
You
it's
East
crazy.
Coasters are so lucky, dude.
It's crazy because like I'm looking at the schedule.
And you're talking
They're
about
not out
driving, it's only
west.
3 hours, right?
Yeah, to Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm gonna see how long it is to drive from where I am to there. There's an Atlanta, Colorado. Had no idea, but that's not what I was looking for. 20-hour drive
20-hour drive.
to Atlanta from where I live.
That is insane.
I'd have to drive through New Mexico, the top part of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and then Mississippi, and then Alabama, and then I'd be in Georgia.
That's horrible. That is horrible. So have they even announced anything past when it's coming? Let's see.
I mean, if they did,
So
it's not going to
after,
include Colorado because they were just here last June. So I'll probably have to wait until summer again. They're definitely never coming in winter again, ever here. Never, never
yeah.
after the 2022 incident. That's never happening again.
So there's Cardiff, so New York, Illinois for World's End. They're in Texas for like 6 fucking weeks, and then they're back in Australia. So if you want to go back to Arlington, they're gonna be there.
I mean, that was like a 2-hour flight, but I'd have to fly there.
Yeah, they're gonna be there for a
Not even, it was like an
collision.
hour and a half flight. They were really short. A flight to Georgia round trip, or like just to Georgia or Atlanta, would be. It's not telling me the time. It's just telling me. Weird. It's not telling me times. But anyways, it'd probably be a few hours.
Yeah, I mean, it was 2 hours at Arlington, Texas.
It'd be
So
5 hours
probably,
and 35 minutes. That makes no sense to me.
yeah. It it. I guess not. No.
Anyways, fuck that noise, you lucky asshole.
I mean, I don't know. They always go. I think they go out west more when it's summertime because,
Yeah, they go
like,
to
the
Cali.
mid.
That's still far from me. That's a
I mean,
2 hour
yeah, but
flight.
the Midwest, I understand because it snows so bad
Well,
in
not even
that
just
whole
yeah. I mean,
region.
they won't come here for winter for that. It's just what happened in 2022 where it was a blizzard during the fucking show, and I'm sure I don't know how long it took them. I'm hoping next time if I ever meet one of them, and if I know they were at that show, I'll be like, "Do you remember being in Denver in 2022? And there was a really bad snowstorm during the show. How fucking long did it get you guys to get to your hotels? I live 2 hours south of where that show was. It took us 4+ hours to get home because we're dumb and decided to drive in a blizzard."
Oh my god.
Dude, it was just I've never ever seen the interstate in Denver closed. Like the way it was. Like it wasn't like just like, oh yeah, route through here. We had to route ourselves to where we could go. We were just driving around cars on the interstate in packed snow.
The people parked and didn't want to drive.
They were just stuck. They were stuck there waiting to get rescued. We were just driving around them. We eventually had at one point. So like obviously like there's parts where it's just pure darkness, like because there's just like no cities in between certain areas, you know. And that was the scarier ones because we were like a lot of the time we weren't even driving on the interstate. We just went off on this like side road that followed the interstate. It was really bad.
Oh, God.
Dude, it was one of the most scariest. And I wasn't even driving. Rick, my cousin, was. Thank God. We were going to take my car, but thankfully we ended up going in his, which had all-wheel drive and everything. But that was one of the scariest car drives. I mean, the show was great and everything, but fuck me, dude. That drive was terrifying.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Like
2-hour drive, even with no snow and like no traffic, that's an hour and a half ride. Took us 4+ hours. Because we're dumb and just didn't go to my brother's, which would have probably taken us a few hours to do that anyways, even though he's in Denver.
Yeah, if it was that bad. The worst weather I've traveled in going to a show would have to have been Wrestle Dream. Because of course we get the tickets and we're like, oh cool, we're gonna drive. It's 10 hours. We're just gonna drive it. We just drove 18 to Arlington for All In. We could do 10 one way and come back the same night. Well, we leave. North Carolina's fine. Virginia's fine. Kentucky's fine. Illinois is fine. We get into Indiana, and you can't fucking see nothing because it is raining so hard. We entered this one area that had a tornado watch. The next city over was a tornado warning. You couldn't see anything in front of you.
Jesus
and going about people were just driving like 10 miles per hour. I'm just sitting in the car like, oh, we'll get there at some point.
I would have flown 10-hour drive like that. That.
I like my chances on the ground more than in there. I have flew before. It's just
car accidents. You have more likely chance to get in a car accident than to get in a plane accident.
I know. I get that, but I just like I like being up in the air. It didn't bother me. It's just
I'm afraid of heights and I'd rather fly. It's just faster. I'd rather sit in an airport for an hour and a half, take a 3-4 hour flight than fucking drive for 10 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I would even drive to Miami for a show, and it's a 12-hour drive.
Well, and that's my thing, though. For you, though, all these states are closer because a lot of the eastern states aren't as big as over here.
Yeah, because you gotta drive anywhere you go.
Well, and they just don't come over here they just don't come to Colorado often. Both AWW come once a year.
Yeah, but Texas, see, being right there next to Texas, I think it really does it.
I feel like Texas. I feel like Texas, Cali, Illinois, and just basically the whole general East Coast, Florida, all the way up. Yeah, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the South, I guess in Atlanta because they're kind of South. But then like the South don't get shit. Midwest, besides fucking Vegas and fucking Cali, get shit. You'd be lucky if Seattle gets anything from WWE. Same with Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They just maybe because they don't draw as good as I get why. I totally get. It's just so annoying. Like it's like that fact that you have the opportunity just because they're. I mean, that's still long drives. At the end of the day, those are long. But then when I check mine and mine are like double yours, I'm like, fuck that. Why is his 10 and mine 22? Fuck this.
Yeah, and I'm having to like I can't remember the distance. Like I know it was for you to drive from where you live to St. Louis. I think you only had to go through what 3 states.
Yeah, and it was like 16-hour drive.
Yeah, and I had to go through 5. And it was only 10, which makes no fucking sense.
That is because the East Coast is just smaller states. And everything's a lot closer. Once I went there for Mania 40, and my friend's like, oh yeah, because I flew into Baltimore, and I stayed there for a day or so. Then we drove to Philly, and he's like, oh yeah, Washington D.C. is even closer, an hour and a half, and our drive to Philly was like 2 hours, which is like to me a drive to Denver.
Yeah.
So when I think of it, I'm like, I'm driving to the biggest city in my state. It takes that long for him to go from a big city to another big city. Fuck me. Even less. He has that many big cities in here. Washington, D.C. It takes him 3 hours to get to New York from where he is. Or 3.5. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, it took me 3 to get to fucking Loveland for fucking Dynamite.
Jeez.
And he could drive all that distance to fucking New York, to fucking Jersey, to fucking DC, to fucking Philly, all quicker than I could get to fucking up north for an AEW show where I live. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it here. I love Colorado, but I hate that we don't get as many shows. It's so frustrating. We have a great indie scene with Rocky Mountain Pro and Primos and Locos. There's so many good stuff up in Denver. Like there's like Shotzi comes up there. Fucking, we get a lot of pretty solid names up there. GCW's been coming here a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, man, if you want more WWE and AEW and all these big shows that the fucking East Coast get, nope. We got No Mercy was our first pay per view in 20 years last year, and it was an NXT PLE at that. Our last one was like Vengeance 03. They literally, and I was at that No Mercy, so they started it with like Booker, like it's been 20, like Booker was like losing his shit. It's been 20 years, Vic. We haven't had one here. Like he was literally before the cameras were on. We're going fucking nuts. That Denver finally got a PLE in 20 years.
I didn't realize it had been that long.
We were WCW country. Denver was. We would get one pay per view a year usually with WCW, if not multiple nitros and shit a year. They'd come here all the time. That was the only company that ever do it.
And now nothing.
A big company wise, yeah. It was the only big company to come here multiple times a year.
I feel like growing up though, it was the same way. Like for Raw and SmackDown, they really didn't come close to the area for where I grew up here in North Carolina. But like we would have to drive to like Raleigh, which is the state capital, which is like 4 hours. I mean, that's not bad, but like,
I mean, no, I get it because that's like how it was for me to like, because like Denver for me is like a pretty solid drive to an hour and a half. But when I like never gone to like Loveland where Dynamite was a few years ago or whatever it was, that felt like a drive just because it was the 3 hours there and 3 hours back. It could have been worse. Obviously, it's not too bad, but like, fuck, man, like that's the closest that AW's gets to me. That sucks. I mean, they were in Colorado Springs, which is like where that arena was. It's like South Springs, so it's for me a 40-minute drive there. That was the most ideal show I've ever had. Besides, WWE's gone there before too, and they've been to my city, but they don't do it often. Neither does AW. I'm hoping AW goes back to Colorado Springs again because I feel like there's a lot of good venues that they could pull off there. I get why they go to Denver more so, but yeah.
I mean, the Denver Nuggets arena is right in there that they could hit. But wasn't
and then
show just there?
Yeah, well,
in the Nuggets arena?
No, WWE, yeah, they were just there last Friday, like the tape show and all that. But yeah, like, yeah, they come once a year. That was the first show since last year's No Mercy and the Raw after. Like they did the two shows, and then obviously we technically got the two SmackDowns because it was a taped one. But yeah, so last year we got No Mercy and then the Raw after, and then this year we got the double taping of SmackDown. But it's always a year thing. It's once a year, and I actually didn't think we were gonna get it this year because once they started announcing it, like through like half of November, I was like, now it's gonna be winter. They ain't gonna come here, and they did.
They don't want to get snowed in.
They did. Well, we haven't even got any snow where I live, at least. I'm sure the mountains have, but shit, dude, we've had nothing. It's been dry this fall.
No snow at all. That's crazy.
A little bit of rain, drizzle here and there, but no snow.
I know it's the Northeast is getting heavy snow right now.
I mean, I don't care for snow, but it's not good when we don't get any.
I would like snow. We ain't got snow. We didn't get snow last year. We got snow the year before. It was like 4 inches. The last time I seen a good snow was like 2018. Like
we'll have a good, well, at least usually one good storm a year, but they're saying this year we're gonna not probably get as much as we normally do.
That's crazy because you would think Colorado in that area would get a ton of snow.
I'm more in southern Colorado. I'm more towards the plains, but even Denver's not getting shit.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, like I mean, I'm not like I'm like where I live. It's still like 4,000 of elevation, still pretty high up. It's not a mile, but
yeah.
I mean, it's considered more the plains where I'm at compared to Denver.
Because that's when I haven't been out that far. So the farthest I've been out is Texas.
See, maybe that's what WWE and AEW think. Man, that's far, even though they go to Cali often.
Well, no, like I wouldn't mind going out there and just seeing like how, because like I wanted to drive through the flat area just to see what it's like, you know, because of course people say you can see for miles, and that's cool. Like, but
boring.
yeah,
There's
I would
nothing to
say that
see. It's the most boring drive ever.
it's just boring. Nothing to
There's
do.
nothing. There's nothing to see. It's flat. Flat land. Maybe a little curvy. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. It's so boring. I've driven out eastern Colorado. It's the most boring shit you'll ever see. That going into Kansas, I could assume it's just as boring. But
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
flat.
yeah.
But yeah, man. But yeah, let's fucking I felt like we did like 35 minutes of war games, the rest just yapping. Let's wind this up. Where can people follow you at?
You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. I was a Kraken wrestling.
And you guys can find me, Josh Vibes, up on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all those places. Go check out my War Games reactions. You'll see that I do pop for things that I'm like just sitting there watching most of the time. Was probably my least favorite WPL of the year. So what a show, WWE. Can't wait for the Broncos now tomorrow. Go Bronx! I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 10-2. That's what's gonna happen tomorrow.
If not, I would be surprised, but yes.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
agree.
But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.